Everyone. I hope you are all having a wonderful evening. Today is, heute ist Dienstag, okay? Look that up auf Deutsch. And if you know what it is, leave a comment below. Heute ist Dienstag, okay? Today's topic is going to be about the divine feminine principle versus the divine masculine principle. And so since these are some real life scenarios, I thought it would be interesting to address these topics. So before we get started, I just want to let you know that spring is coming in, you all. So I know that we're going to have a whole host of things to look forward to. There are going to be people out. I think they're reopening a lot of things. So we can look forward to that. So ladies, bring out your spring dresses, your summer dresses. You know how we do. It's all fun in the springtime, and that goes into the summer months, and you know what summer's all about. Summer is hot and heavy, y'all, so get ready. Hopefully you all have some wonderful plans. I'm going to try to clip this on here, and hopefully it works. Y'all have on my F Your Feelings hoodie. That's the feeling right now. And so let's go ahead and get into some of this. Divine femininity versus divine masculinity. So if you recall, in my last video, we spoke about the divine female, and we spoke about walking in your divinity. I always talk about that. I stress that heavy and hard. Actually, Brown Girls Are Beautiful's motto is the hashtag is celebrate yourself. And we're not winning unless we're all winning. That means we have to help one another so that we can all win. I wholeheartedly believe in that, you all. When you are walking in your divine feminine, that means you're in the divine principle of your being. You have elevated, and you're continuing to elevate in the spiritual realm. It's not always about physical, you all, because once you get yourself aligned on the inward and on the spiritual realm, it's going to reflect on the outward, on the outer realm as well, in the physical realm. So if you all notice that a lot of females that you see have a glow about them, this is because they are in tune and they're balanced. And you all got to point this out. For some reason, whenever I take a walk through the neighborhoods, puppies get very excited around me. Okay? Puppies get very excited. This happened to me 3 times now within the last week or so, that puppies have actually turned around. They left the yard from their owner and started following me up the sidewalk. And one of someone's puppy that I was introduced to got very excited around me, and she could not keep her little paws off of me, y'all. She just kept getting excited, wagging her tail. And the person was like, she never acts like that because she's not the type to go to everyone, but she really likes you. So I must say that when your energy is in tune and aligned, you will notice that animals will be magnetized and drawn towards you. And I used to have a lot of that going on at the prior place where I lived. A toad used to come outside in the evening time. I would sit out there, and at first the baby toad would appear, and then when darkness started to approach, the mama toad would come out there. And this happened every single time. I had frogs coming there. Was a cat that came to the door, and the cat acted like they wanted to come inside. So if you know anything about cats, cats are spiritual beings, and they ward off negative energy. So if you have a cat, keep in mind who they are drawn to. And if they don't like a person, it is for a reason. They're not drawn to their energy for a specific reason. Pay attention to your animals, y'all, because animals pick up on energy a lot better sometimes than humans do. With that being said, okay, that's a little bit about being in your divine femininity, is recognizing these things and being in tune. We want to talk about the divine masculinity, and I think that's important. Although I'm not a male, I guess I've been told that I have some masculine traits about myself, but we all do. All men and all women have feminine and masculine traits. We know that it's about balance. You would not have hot without cold. You would not have up without down, light without dark. And so the universe was designed in this aspect intentionally. So you can't have one without the other, because that makes balance. Now we're going to talk about how some of these things come into play when it comes to dealing with individuals, okay? Let's talk about understanding the difference between real love versus fake love, because a lot of times people say that, oh, I'm walking in my divine femininity, or a male might think that he's a divine masculine when really he's not. And so let's get into that. There is no age or maturity, so let's point that out, okay? So no matter if you are the feminine or the masculine, there is no age on your maturity level. These things basically come with you when you go through life experience. So no matter if you are 20, 30, 50, so I'm looking for the mic. Where is it? 60, you all, it doesn't matter, okay? Your maturity level actually comes from how you learn and how you apply these things to your life. So you can be a 60-year-old fool. You can be a 50-year-old fool. So let's not get it twisted. If you go through life and you experience things, it does not teach you a lesson. You either grow from it or you remain the same. And if you remain the same, that's being foolish, you all. So just pay attention and evaluate your life. Realizing fake love from real love, okay? Fake love is a love that's very conditional. It's very confined. It's very restrained. You only feel loved if you meet certain parameters, certain criteria for a certain situation. You all, I just want to let you know that's fake love. No one can give and take their love like that. So if anyone's doing that to you, be rest assured that that is not love, okay? That is called control, and you don't need that. So walking in your divine femininity, make sure you're not enduring that. And if you are divine masculine, I know that you're not doing that because you understand how to be a divine masculine. All right, let's get on to... All right, I wanted to talk about this. Melanated females are normally persecuted by everyone, including their very own. So as melanated females, we are definitely, and I hate to hone in on this topic so much, but we are definitely treated less at the bottom of the totem pole. When you hear the word melanated, you think negative. If you hear the word brown, you think negatively. If you hear the word black, it's always negative. And especially if it's a black female, it's usually correlated with negativity. I try to set the example of the opposite of that because I do believe that brown girls are beautiful. I am a representation of that, and I do my best to exemplify the traits in which I wish to project in my brand, which is brown girls are beautiful. So like I said, we already have a negative stigma that's tied to us. And aside from that, our own people like to also hone in on the stereotypes. You will also find that the quote unquote men or males also will downplay melanated females a lot. So this is why I endorse brown girls are beautiful, and I push it so heavily because we are the ones that endure this. Unfortunately, we can't help how we were born, and I'm not going to take my genetics as a downfall, but I look at that as me being divine because the creator designed me this way. And so I embrace all those attributes about myself, and so should you. What you want to do in finding real love versus fake love, be careful of people that start to prep you. And what I mean by that is they'll start telling you things about themselves to prepare you for what you're going to go through. So for instance, if a person tells you, I have trust issues, right off the bat, you might want to reevaluate that situation because they're telling you that they will not trust you. They're telling you that they're going to start off not trusting you. And everybody knows that we shouldn't just go around trusting strangers. Trust has to be earned. But if it starts to be to the point of suspicions are being brought about every single time, then that is not what you need in your life. I can give you examples of that, but I'd rather not. Just for instance, say that we'll do it from a female perspective or a male perspective. Say you ride in a car and there's a hairbrush in the car. That hairbrush belongs to a female, all right, and the hairbrush is in the male's car. Now, I will say that is suspect, okay? I would question, whose brush is this, okay? Where did this come from? Now, he may lie and be like, oh, that's my sister's. Look at the color of that hair. Is that the same brush hair as the color of your sister's in that brush? Because if not, he's lying, y'all. Now, let's take another scenario. What if there was a candy wrapper in the car? Okay, so you're like, okay, well, where did this Welch's Fruit Snacks candy wrapper come from? You don't eat Welch's Fruit Snacks. He might tell you, oh, yeah, well, my sister eats Welch's Fruit Snacks. Now, she might actually make a whole situation about that Welch's Fruit Snacks wrapper, okay? What you want to do before you start accusing people is make sure you have your evidence together, because you don't want to be out here looking crazy and stupid and paranoid. That's going to push the person away from you, because they're going to get tired of trying to explain. They're going to get tired of the suspicions. And that person that has all of these suspicions might want to get some counseling. Just a word of advice. I put on here, never buy a man a pair of shoes or he will walk out of your life. It's true, y'all. I always heard that one, and it is definitely true. I also heard never buy him a watch because your time with him is running out. I said true love does not abandon you when things get rough. Instead, you should be encouraged. So those are the darkest times are going to be your challenging times. Those are the times when the universe is testing your love. They want to see if your love can stand the test of time. And if it does not, that's not the one for you. That's not love. Let it go. I'm telling you what I know, y'all. So I don't want you to go through it the hard way. Anyone that pushes you away, that's not love, because love, like I said, is not fleeing. Love is gravitating. So always remember that, ladies and young ladies out there, and also the men. Love does not push you away. Now, I will say sometimes people can be a little distant, but when someone totally shows you that they do not want to be bothered, just let them be, because the universe has something bigger and something better coming towards your way. I know you don't want to hear it, but ladies, take my advice, okay? Let's see here. Let's go on to true love does not lack compassion or empathy. These are narcissistic traits, y'all, and I just want you to be very mindful and clear of this. When someone has lack of compassion, lack of empathy, and they do not care about what you're saying as far as any emotions or your feelings, your feelings, that's not the one for you, okay? You deserve respect. You deserve understanding. If someone doesn't take the time to do that for you, if they brush you off, they're being passive aggressive, that's not love. That's manipulative mind games. That's what they call a man boy. He's still insecure in his manliness and his manhood, and he's still trying to emotionally mature. He's emotionally immature. I would suggest, ladies and guys, that you make a list of qualities and attributes. One of the things that I had placed on my list was emotional maturity. Okay, so a person can seemingly check off these things in the beginning, but that is not who they are. How you find out how a person is wait 6 months, give them no honey pot, no physical contact. You know what I'm talking about. For 6 months, because it's easy for guys or females to fake. Usually guys are known to do this thing, but people fake and they play a facade for a certain amount of time until they win you over, and then they switch up, and then you start seeing the real them. But you all wait half a year. If you are worth the wait, they will do it because they don't want to lose you. And if they're willing to lose you, let them go. I know y'all feel like, oh no, I need them. You don't. You don't need that person that's going to treat you that way and switch up, because in the long run, it's not going to be worth your time. You'd rather waste 6 months than wasting longer than that, okay? Because your time is valuable. Your life is precious, you all. I don't care how old you are. None of us is guaranteed tomorrow. We don't know if one of us might leave in a car accident. We don't know if one of us might suffer some type of fatal situation. Anything can happen, and if this person is willing to throw you out of their lives or kick you out of their lives or not talk to you because of whatever, this is not love, you all, because we are too life is too delicate and life is too valuable. So I'm teaching you all what I know. I'm also going to say true love allows you to be yourself. If you are not accepted, then they are not for you. So true love doesn't try to change you. Only they try to make you better, and you might challenge one another, but it does not try to change you. They're not always complaining about you. They're not always saying what you're not doing, what you're not bringing to the table. You're not doing this right. It's not always an issue with you. And if it's too many issues, that person isn't for you. Obviously, they don't love you to the full extent of who you are. Be the beautiful beauties that you are. Prosper. Be the rainbow. Be that pot at the end of the rainbow for another person, okay? Because somebody's going to want to dig all up in that pot and appreciate all of the gold that you have to offer. I promise you. Let's see here. Yeah, if you are if they're nitpicking about everything, something very simple like, oh, you left your shoe out, here in the hallway. Why didn't you put your shoe back? Like, I can't live like this. If a person is like that, compulsive, you might want to reevaluate the situation because they have issues. If they're always trying to categorize you according to a gender role, saying that you're trying to be the man, or you don't know how to be a lady, or you don't know how to be a man, and you don't know how to do this, that is not the person for you, okay? Because anybody that accepts you, accepts your masculine traits, accepts your feminine traits. I think it is highly unattractive when a guy pretends to be a male, but then he exhibits the traits of a grown boy or a man boy. So you really don't find a person out until once you're not together, or when you're no longer on good terms, or you're not talking. This is when the real them comes out. And if you see the ugly thing in them, that monster that was hiding within them, you might want to just hopefully let them spiritually heal or get some inclination to get some help. But don't waste your time with that, you all, because you will find yourself digging a grave for yourself that you don't want to be dug. Okay, you deserve to flourish. And I'm going to say that again. Be the butterfly, be the hot air balloon, be the rainbow, be the pot of gold, be whatever it is that's going to make you feel good. But don't ever minimize yourself for anyone. You want the person that's going to build you up and uplift you, that's going to support you, that's going to show that they're proud of you, that's going to want to show you off, that's going to demonstrate that they are proud of you. They're going to want to give you support in different ways on different things that you're doing in your life. Just coming up with ideas. That's what you're supposed to do for one another. And if that is a problem, if that's an issue, then it's probably not the one for you. So you might want to move on to someone else. Who they are behind your back is truly who they are. So if a person talks about you behind your back and they want to portray you as a bad person, or they have all this negativity to say about you behind your back, that is not the person for you, because definitely they are putting on a facade, and you don't need that in your life. That's being fake and phony. Excuse me, that's fake love. That's not even real. That's not even love, y'all. A lot of times people will tell on themselves while leaving out the details. We all know how this goes. Pay very close attention, you all, to the stories they tell and how they tell it, because somewhere in there they're going to leave out a big portion of the truth and try to manipulate a narrative to make themselves seem like a victim. Always pay attention to a person that does these things, okay? Because they're going to do the same thing to you. Trust and believe me, I'm telling you what I know. To know their character when you are no longer together is how they truly felt. So it is a hard pill to swallow. It is a hard lesson to learn, but it is a lesson nonetheless. So that's why I say, do your 6-month stretch. A person that really wants to be with you will wait for you. Never, ladies, don't give up your goodies, okay? I say take other applicants if he is unwilling to fulfill the requirements of the job. Same thing goes for the guys. If the person is unwilling to fulfill the job requirements, go on to the next applicant. Maybe, this was not the one to fulfill this job requirement, so you need another applicant. Simple and plain as that. You want someone who understands, and overstands the divine feminine principle as well as their divine masculinity. So they know how to balance the two out. They're not intimidated by you. They're not intimidated by the person that you are. They allow your light to shine abundantly. And also you do the same for them. So you basically lift one another up. I think that is so beautiful when you have that. A lot of people would say, look at Jay-Z and Beyonce or Will and Jada. I really don't set my standards according to celebrities, because what we see on the outside is not who they are behind the camera. That is just an orchestrated view that we receive because of their propaganda techniques and strategies. But a lot of people fall into that and believe that these are couple goals. They look at Nipsey and Lauren London. Nipsey was cheating on Lauren London, okay, and she had his baby, and I think he was cheating on her while she was pregnant or after she had the baby. A lot of people are going to probably want to post a comment about that, but the truth is the truth. So don't let these people trick you out here, okay? These are just facts, y'all. Let's see here. Don't let someone think that there are no more good people left out there, because there are. There are plenty of guys out here that are respectful. There are plenty of guys out here that will treat you how you want to be treated, but they always want to make it seem like it's far and few in between, especially in the melanated community. But it's not true. I think what we see on the media is designed to make us feel badly about ourselves and to not have trust with one another. I'm telling you all that I know what I'm talking about. There are guys out here that will be respectful in how they speak to you, and they will not mistreat you for the most part. So don't ever feel that you have to settle for less and you're not going to find someone that's going to be just as good to you or not treat you the way you want to be treated. Because I'm going to tell you something. Guys will hold on to you like this. Okay? You see that? They hold on to you like this. It doesn't matter how good you are, how nice you are, how good of a person you are, what type of attributes or what type of heart you have. This is how they hold on to you, okay? This is how females hold on to guys. I'm not gonna let them go. But you know what? Shout out to Shira7. She's the one that demonstrated that on one of her lives. She is such a trip, y'all. Check her out. So stop doing that. If this is how he holds on to you, you need to be willing to do this. Okay? Because that's exactly how he's going to treat you. If I had that glass sitting over there, I would actually demonstrate. This is what he's willing to do to you. That you are glass, right? As a matter of fact, let me get the glass. I'm going to show you. Now pretend like it was a floor. Let's pretend like it was a hard floor right here. So this is what he'll do to you, and this is what he'll do to your heart. Okay? He's willing to do that. And not just that. He will actually, this is what he'll do. He'll laugh and point at it, right? Behind your back, behind the scenes. But in front of you, he'll act as though he's serious and he cares. So y'all, those are the tactics of a grown boy and a man boy. You don't want that in your life. I promise you, you don't. Because when push comes to shove, if you did get married to this person, what that means is if you were ever down and out physically and you had a health situation, that person is liable to turn their back on you. So even like say y'all were talking and y'all were getting acquainted with one another, and you're serious, you're thinking about marriage and all of this, the moment that things don't go his way, and the moment that y'all are on bad terms or you're not together or anything like this comes up, which if you're not together, you don't even need to be with him, because that's his loss or that's her loss. But what I'm saying is this, if they're willing to see you in a situation that is a vulnerable state, and they're willing to objectify that situation or magnify it even more on purpose, you don't want to be with that person. Because if you had gone on further with that person, they will treat you like that and probably worse. So you don't want to be stuck in something that you can't get out of, y'all. Especially if you don't have family and friends around and you're living with this person, because a lot of men will marry females and take them to another state or take them, from another country. And these people are very vulnerable because they don't have an emotional support, family support, or friends around. They try to isolate you. And a lot of times people don't like for you to have outside sources because they want to be able to control the narrative. So that is what fake love looks like, you all. Real love is accepting, of your personality. Real love is accepting of all the things about you, even the little intricate flaws, even the little things that might get on their nerves. It might be that, you don't fluff up the pillows on the bed. Man, this keeps getting on my nerves, but I'll do it anyway. You don't park the car backwards in the driveway the right way. You're crooked. It's all right, but they're not going to hone in and criticize you for these little things all the time. You might have a habit of, let's just think, any little thing like you're in the bathroom too long. They need to come in the bathroom, why are you taking so long? You always hugging the bathroom. Just little things like that, Some people make these things a big issue, y'all, and you'll be surprised how people can get into a full-fledged argument over something that's minuscule, and it's so sad. It's a childish antic, and a lot of times be careful of the person that will self-sabotage a situation just based on their own insecurities or based on their assumptions about you, about the situation, about what they think may happen. It is not your responsibility. All that you can do is be yourself. Either that person will accept you and love you, or they'll let you go and let you be free to fly into the arms of the person that wants to hold on to you forever, you all. So that, you all, is what I mean when I speak of the divine feminine principle versus the divine masculine principle, okay? The divine masculine principle knows how to handle the divine feminine very carefully, very delicately, very fragile, okay? He knows how to do this. It should be instinctive, and it should be innate within him. If not, there is some type of trauma in his background, and don't let him ever blame you for his trauma. Don't let him project that onto you. If he's willing to get counseling, if he wants to get help, but if he's not willing to get counseling or take any advice, you don't want to deal with the person that's selfish, that's self-centered, stubborn. All of these things are not healthy for you. So just, that's a word of advice, you all. And I hope you have enjoyed this rendition of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. I have some more things written down here, but I will save those for later, you all. I think I touched on quite a few of the main topics. I also have a podcast. If you look me up on Anchor, that's ANCHOR, and I'll put the link in the description box. Brown Girls Are Beautiful. You can also find me on Instagram. That's brown.girls.r.beautiful. You can also check out my website. It's www.bgabclothes.com. I'm trying to find out any other platforms that I have. But you all, that is about it. I'm going to say shout out to all of my queens out there. Y'all go through so much. Y'all are still beautiful. Regardless of how you get treated, you're still beautiful. And I just wanted to let you know that your inner beauty shines. And I think I give thanks to all of you out there who have supported me, everybody who has given me kind words, everybody who's always just given me words of encouragement and who have embraced me, y'all. I have had strangers come up to me, and just one lady, I remember about 2 years ago, I was out at the beach and I had on like this hot pink dress. I was in the store. We were about to go to the beach, and she just said, "You're so sweet." She just gave me a hug. Strangely, I didn't even know her. She just gave me a hug, y'all. And so when you're in tune, when you're aligned, and when you are elevating in the spiritual realm, you are going to magnify and draw in those that recognize your inner beauty, y'all. And it was such a positive vibe. And I just try to always take pictures because I love looking at wonderful memories. Life is about making wonderful memories. Life is not about drama. Life is not about being hateful to one another, proving points. That's not love. life is about building wonderful memories. Life is about savoring these memories, these intricate memories that you can look back on when you get older. It's not about the biggest house. It's not about the most money. It's not about being the wealthiest. It's about enjoying what you do. It's about touching people's lives, being an inspiration. It's about having something to pass on to your children, to your family. And y'all, I want to take the time out, and I want you all to do this. I got some news from someone that is a very pure-hearted spirit. She's a very special soul. And she was recently diagnosed with cancer. And she's always been supportive of me. She's always thought about me. She's always reached out to me. And I just want you all to spread love to her, send positive vibes to her. I tried to call her today. She didn't answer her phone. She will be having surgery very soon. This lady has been through a lot, and she just had a car accident in December. And when I saw that she had called my phone like 3 times in a row, back to back, and left me a voice message that night, I said, let me call her. Let me make sure nothing's going on. I'm just going to give you a little rendition and a rundown of what melanated women do. She had been taking care of her significant other, who also was diagnosed with cancer a year ago. And I was so sorry to hear that. He died on August the 1st. I received a phone call about that situation, and I wished her my condolences. You all, people are going through a lot out here, so much that you never know that they're going through. She does not have a lot of family support. She also has MS. It's hard for her to walk because she's in pain. Sometimes she needs to get to the store. Well, she can't drive because she doesn't have a car. She didn't have a license. She got into a car accident. She totaled her car. All of these things took place after her significant other died and passed away. She was also taking care and doing homeschooling with her grandchild. And those grandchildren give people life, you all. Children are such a blessing. Their energy is so pure and so honest. It's not like they have ulterior motives like females and guys out here. This is why I like working heavily with children when I can. With that being said, she was so used to always having someone around. And because this person was taken out of her life that she had been around for almost 20 years, it had to be devastating. Even though when she was taking care of him, he treated her pretty badly. A lot of times sick people do that. But nonetheless, that was the person that was in her life. Fast forward to the fact that she does not have a lot of family support and was taking care of her 86-year-old mother as well. That's a lot to go through. And it's a lot to go through when you don't have anyone. And she found herself by herself breaking down, trying to be strong. Now her life is going through something, a very serious situation. You all, please send out positive vibes to this lady. I'm not going to mention her name, but she is someone that I know of being in contact with her and seeing her over the years, that she's a special person, and she has a very special spirit and special heart. So I send my love and condolences to her. I will be continuing to check on her, and I had sent her some shirts, and she was real excited about her shirts from Brown Girls Are Beautiful line, the Brown Girls Are Beautiful line. So I just want to let y'all know that life is very delicate. You know, I too myself got some things that I need to check on, and we all need to be very careful about how we treat people out here, because we don't know when the last time it's going to be that we talk to that person, the last time we get to embrace that person or just say words of kindness to that person. So that's why I'm saying hold on to the people that want to hold on to you. Let the people go that do not feel that you're worth it, okay? I know that people make mistakes in life, but they will get their karma for how they treat you. No matter how much they think they won't, they will. And that is just the balance of the universe. Also, be careful how you treat people, because people have what's called spiritual ancestors. And their spiritual ancestors do not take kindly when you I was saying that the spiritual ancestors do not take kindly when you mistreat the people of their tribe. I also want to let you all know that people can be under spiritual attack in more ways than you are aware. I want to do a video on that at another time, because it gets very deep, you all, and I have some experiences with that myself that you would not believe. That it's almost where it's unspeakable, the type of spiritual attack in which I'm referencing, and it's very disheartening to find these things out, but nonetheless it was done, and I am still here. I am still living the way I live, looking the way I look, and thriving. And I will be making a video about these things, you all. People can attack you, and they can try to attack you in ways that you never imagine. And I mean, it's the low down, dirty thing when people do these things, especially when you haven't done anything to them. It can affect your health. And so, you all, I don't want to go into too much detail, but I'm just going to ask that the universe and the spiritual ancestors take care of me. And I'll just leave it at that. Thank you all so much for listening. I know this has been an extended edition of Brown Girls Are Beautiful, but I just wanted to get that message out to you. I'm not sure when I will be on here to address you again. I do have some things going on, personal and business wise, that I have to take care of. And so I just hope that you get the message of what I'm trying to convey, and that you take heed to my words of advice, you all. Stay beautiful to the queens. Stay radiantly just brilliant and divine to the guys out there. To the warriors, continue to be the warriors that you are. We do appreciate you, the real warriors. We appreciate you embracing us. We appreciate your encouragement. We appreciate you uplifting us, because we don't really have too many people to do that for us. So that's why I do it for myself, and I do it for each of us. I do it for our melanated queens out here. To all the princes and princesses, continue to stay smart, intelligent, thrive in everything that you do. Go after your dreams, and because you're going to be the future, and we look forward to what you have to offer us in the near future. You're going to be taking care of us when we get older. Thank you all. Everyone stay blessed, and until next time, Brown Girls Are Beautiful thanks you.